The State Minister for Primary Education, Dr. Joyce Kaduchu, while announcing cabinet resolutions last week, said that the government will soon enforce a policy where learners in public primary and secondary schools don't pay any form of fees. She noted, though, that the parents will have to find ways of ensuring that their children in day schools don't go hungry while at school because it affects their learning outcomes.
It has been approved that it is the obligation of parents to feed the learners, and the method of feeding the learners that we have approved is through packed food. So we are sensitizing the parents that we need to use all possible modalities to see how best we can pack food for the learners.
According to the minister, Cabinet made the decision following complaints from parents about schools charging unexplained fees, yet their children enrolled in schools offering the free universal primary education and universal secondary education programs. However, while addressing journalists at the National Economic Empowerment Dialogue NEED Party headquarters, the party spokesperson Moses Matovu advised that before the government comes up with such a no-fees policy in public schools, it should first review the running programs.
Are we looking at the quantity vis-a-vis quality? Because now what we are looking at in that perspective is to have as many as possible enrolling for education, yet the quality of education is poor. You produce children who cannot do anything.
According to Minister Kaduchu, the no-fees policy will help children who have failed to go to schools or dropped out because their parents don't have money. The NEED Party spokesperson also advised that the policy should aim at improving the quality of education, not just having numbers in schools.
Apparently, we have a new curriculum in secondary school. That is the new curriculum, which is assessed continuously, and it's more practical. But we have no scholastic materials in schools. Government has not provided anything. But this program started last year. But there is nothing like any support in form of textbooks and other logistics. So we see government failing its own programs, but now going into new arrangements, we think it's not going to succeed.
According to NEED, the government lost control of the education system since most of the good schools are privately owned. Matovu appealed to the government to revamp its schools to take back the position of quality learning that it ceded to the private section many decades ago.
We see private schools scoring highly compared to government schools. Now we end up getting high levels of dropouts. We end up getting illiterates in our country, resulting into high levels of unemployment because the dropouts, the P7 dropouts, the S4 etc., those who cannot make it, really, according to our setup, there is something little we can do with them.
The NEED Party also asked the government to increase the education budget and also have a policy where public servants mandatory enroll their children in public schools, saying this will force the government to improve the education system.
Government is running a very minimum, very marginal budget for education. So, can we see a step up in the budget? We at least identify the key sectors of the economy, of the country, among which is education. Can we facilitate it well? Can we see these teachers well trained to manage the new curriculum introduced in secondary schools?
The no-fees policy in public schools was among the proposals highlighted in the 2021 to 2026 NRM manifesto, with the justification that there is no excuse for any child of school-going age to stay at home. Dr. Kaduchu said that the policy will be enforced beginning 2024, and some of the preparations include constructing schools in parishes and sub-counties, enrolling teachers, increasing the education budget, among others.